NFL Midseason Awards. Let's go over our midseason awards right here. So MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, DPOY, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I think we're going to all have the same answer
Comeback
in a lot
Player
of
of the
these.
Year, and Coach of the Year. So let's start off with the first one, MVP. Who's the MVP
I want you to go first.
Midseason Awards?
This has been your agenda all year.
Let's
the
get
whole
it.
Trifecta.
We got to do it.
So
Pick a side.
I want you to start it off, Rip.
Well,
Pick a side. Midseason Awards. Let's get to it. Who's the MVP?
Oh, man. Well, midseason award, my agenda looks really, really good. Number one team in the AFC, along with the MVP, Highest graded quarterback in the NFL. He leads the league in big-time throws. He's beaten Aaron Rodgers,
I don't know
Lamar
if you said
Jackson.
his name yet.
Oh, no, I'm going to say it.
Okay,
I'm just waiting for the,
make sure.
grant. He's beaten Aaron Rodgers. He's beat Mahomes. He's beat Lamar. He's outplayed all three of them. They have the number 2 scoring offense in the NFL. They're 6-1. Josh Allen. I think you can have a conversation between him, Hurts, and Mahomes, but I think right now, being as if they're the number 1 team in the AFC, he's been playing out of his mind. He's also beaten Patrick Mahomes. I think, as much as Hurts has been undefeated, I think Allen has looked a little bit more impressive. So I'm going to go Josh Allen for my MVP.
Josh Allen's mine as well. When you're talking about MVPs, there's not too much to say. I mean, Josh Allen's been nothing short of fantastic this year. He's number 1 in total yards per game, number 2 in passing touchdown, throws over 300 yards per game while having the second highest QBR in the NFL. Has that win over Kansas City in the regular season to really stamp this, because it's a regular season award, right? Having that win over Kansas City is going to be huge for him. Lamar as well, yeah. It really comes down to the 1 seed, I think. I think Mahomes and him are probably going to have really similar stats, and Jalen Hurts probably still is. He's not even a dark horse. He's top 2 or 3 in terms of MVP voting just because they're still undefeated.
I mean, they finished undefeated.
Yes.
Hurts will get the MVP.
Yeah, if they're undefeated, MVP. I don't think they're going to go undefeated, but Jalen Hurts deserves his credit too because they are undefeated. 16 total touchdowns, only 5 turnovers. The lowest turnover-worthy play percentage in the NFL. Top 5 in quarterback rating. He's really turned it around this season. Tua statistically has been great as well. He's just missed some games too, and I don't think voters are going to give him that award with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes in the same conference because they're not going to be at the top of the AFC. But right now, it's Josh Allen.
I went back and forth in this one because I love Josh Allen. I love Patrick Mahomes, but I got to go with Josh Allen here. I think he's played the best in the NFL this season. I think he's been the best quarterback in the NFL this season. To me, just with what my eyes are watching, stats prove it. Although Mahomes is leading the first offense in terms of DVOA this year as well, and he's, I believe, 3rd in QBR, Allen 2nd, I got to go with Josh Allen. He's my guy. He's been my guy since the offseason. Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, you did that first. Okay. Tyreek Hill. Oh, he's been.
Is that all of our Offensive Player of the Years?
He's Tyreek for me.
Tyreek Hill is mine.
It was either him or Jettas, and he's been better than Jettas.
He's clear Jettas.
Tyreek Hill is on pace to break Cup's yardage record last year.
I hope he does.
I
love to see shit like that.
Yards. Yeah. He has 4 games.
I think we'll have the same DPOI too.
Tyreek has 4 games of 160 receiving yards. The rest of the NFL is 5.
Wow.
Every week he's just been going nuclear.
Next award, DPOY. Do we all have Micah Parsons?
We indeed all have Micah Parsons.
8 sacks, 22 hurries, 9 quarterback hits, 39 pressures.
Yeah, he's the reason they're 6-2.
Yeah,
he's the reason.
Biggest reason.
And he's also the reason that they can arguably go to the Super Bowl. I feel like he's that game changer that we've been talking about, like a TJ Watt, like an Aaron Donald, somebody that can completely wreck a whole offensive scheme in one playoff game. So I think having him as a DPOI, it has to be him.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I think we will all have the same answer.
Really? I don't know if we will.
What are you going to say?
If it wasn't for the injury,
Breece Hall. I don't want to hear all that.
Okay.
Yeah,
unfortunately, he got hurt.
So it's Kenneth Walker.
And
Chris Olave.
I was going to say.
Yeah, okay.
I went from my agenda thriving with Breece Hall.
Only because Breece Hall got hurt.
To the opposite, because I was lowest on Olave out of all the receivers. He's been balling. Coming to this past week, he was top 10 in receiving yards. He has come into New Orleans with or without Michael Thomas. Yeah. He's taken over that wide receiver 1 role.
Pay some respect. If Breece Hall didn't get hurt, he would be the consensus number 1 here.
Right now it's Olave. Yeah. He's going to clear 1,000 yards most likely. He's doing it with Andy Dalton and Jameis and all these guys. He's been absolutely phenomenal.
Andy Dalton gives me nightmares.
Chris Olave, that's a great pick, but I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker. 18th in rushing yards, tied 6th in touchdowns, and he hasn't even been the starter the entire year. I think the Seahawks will make the playoffs, and it will be in large part to Kenneth Walker, one of the best backs. Of course, Geno Smith as well.
You got Seattle getting in?
I got Seattle getting in.
You guys got Seattle. You guys are running with that.
And that's why I think Kenneth Walker is going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Do you like the Rams more or Seattle?
I think neither. Both of them can miss it.
I mean, someone's got to make it. Then
I gotta look at it again. You know what? I gotta look at it again.
Because we talked about this in the last football episode. It was between the Packers, the Rams, and the Seahawks.
It was It's just so funny to me because we were laughing here in the summer how they might not win 4 games, and now they could possibly make the playoffs.
Shout out Pete Carroll, man.
And talking about the Seahawks making the playoffs,
I gotta look at it.
Another big reason why they'll do it is because the comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, is going to lead them there.
Geno over Saquon?
Yes, I do. What?
It's not ridiculous. I have Saquon.
Geno is the biggest comeback in the NFL.
I thought comebacks were just guys who had seriously bad injuries, and then
it could be this too.
Is the story too?
Ryan Tannehill won comeback player of the year.
I thought he got hurt.
He didn't get hurt.
Oh, okay. So story 2. Okay.
Geno Smith, first in completion percentage, 4th in QBR, 8th in yards, 5th in touchdowns.
You have that, but
I'm going Geno.
The Giants are what, 5-2, 6-1,
and the Seahawks just beat them.
Yeah, that's fair. But the Giants are come on, bro. Like I don't know, it'll go back and forth.
Geno's been fantastic, but Saquon's also
been arguably the best running back.
No, there's no doubt. But quarterback matters more than running back. I'm going.
You think so? Because Saquon's literally backpacking the Giants.
But Saquon's also the sexy name out of those two. Like voters gonna go for.
He is. Saquon definitely.
It'll be them
Saquon's story is amazing. There's no doubt.
Geno's fire too.
I think Geno's story is a bit better.
No,
especially after the quote. They wrote me off. I didn't write back. When they come back player of the year,
I don't hate it.
Putting the stamp on it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
There's a brand new fantasy app. It's called Boom Fantasy. You got over-unders, player props. You got matchups. This player versus that player. That's personally my favorite. And long shots. You can win 40 times your money. And if I'm not mistaken, Joel, NBA is coming soon.
Yes, sir. NBA will be in the app in the next 10 days or so. I believe opening night is October 19th, so we'll have stuff up a few days beforehand. That's going to be fun because we have it every night. You don't have to wait till Monday, Thursday.
Did you get your code? For the League Pass?
I did get my code for the League Pass.
I got my code too.
Yep, that's amazing.
That's from 2K, right?
Yes.
That's tough.
Amazing.
That's fire.
So if you guys haven't already, download the Boom Fantasy app right now. Link is in our description or in the caption wherever you're watching. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh, easily Sauce.
Sauce Gardner to me
about
too.
This shit either.
That's crazy because in like the regular or the preseason we were doing these, we were talking about Sauce like, nah, DB's never gonna win.
Who'd you have?
And that's just, I don't remember who I had. Might have been Hutchinson.
You could have had Brees and Sauce. Crazy.
Yeah,
we could have. Yeah.
But that's just how dominant Sauce has been that you could legitimately say a defensive back is going to
I watched
Sauce Gardner or Tariq Woolen. It's between those two.
I literally, I don't ooze a lot over NFL players, but I watch Sauce and I ooze.
He's just so lengthy.
Yeah, he's lengthy. And he's just different. Like
he locked up. I don't want to say locked up because that's rude, but Tyreek Hill and Waddle had by
they did nothing on his side.
Their worst game. I know it's with Skylar Thompson, but they were eating with Teddy Bridgewater.
Watching Sauce on hit, there's nothing that happens on his side. Like he makes it shut down Island over
there. There's no doubt. The length he has is breathtaking.
No, it's ridiculous. Watching him is oh my what the fuck? That was crazy.
Huh? 7 out of his, I think, 8 games, he's allowed 33 or less yards.
And Jacoby, I didn't even know he played. That game.
And they credited him with the touchdown with some bullshit. It was not his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
Last award, Coach of the Year.
It's got to be Nick.
Oh, really?
It has to be. Right now, it has to be.
I have Brian Dable.
Okay. So we all have different picks. I have Kevin O'Connell.
Okay. I think Pete Carroll's in the conversation, too.
I think Kevin O'Connell is one of those guys that nobody's going to talk about. He probably doesn't win the award, but I love Brian Dable. I love the Sirianni
Pete Carroll would have been cool, too.
Mike McDaniel, he can sneak up into this race as well.
I'll tell you, if the Seahawks win the division, in the division we thought would be the toughest division, Pete Carroll, I would be fine.
You know what else, though? We didn't even mention one of the best coaches, the best coach out of these guys, Mike Vrabel. Titans 5-2. He deserves some respect.
Mike McDaniel's in that conversation as well, what he's doing with this offense. If the Jets make the playoffs solid, there's so many coaches this year that really broke out. Sirianni, I just think the Eagles had the expectation of we could win the division while the Giants came into this. I'm like, they could have a top 5 pick this year, right?
I'm just looking at it as we might finish the year 14-3, 15-2.
Yeah, if you guys get to that 14-15 win mark, then
he has to get it respectfully. But I like all those answers. I like Pete Carroll for the next answer, though. I feel like if he win that division, that's kind of crazy.
Everyone wrote him off, bro. No one thought Seattle was going to be fucking close to this.
He thought they would stink.
Yeah.